stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the villages. I am the chief of Aru Village. Everyone you...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while...
Another effect of Irminsul's... So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional...
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village...
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars, exiled. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been but no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days...
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past?
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my... Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know. Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing a Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious... When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night, Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting our... Paimon thinks so too! Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they call calmed down, it was probably Nahida who...
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I... So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the Mad Scholar!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me...
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even...
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord... How can this be? To think.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this but easier said than done. Especially since we don't have any leads.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me...
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local. Yet you are. Why do you call him...
Grandpa is just Grandpa. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa.
So you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was. But I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor...
Whoa! Ethan wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way...
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with...
Sino is super vigilant.
Ready.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time. So later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, one summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed, so Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the next morning. Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize it's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Esau keeps his word and doesn't...
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my...
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go.
Really? Yeah!
Alright. Let's...